Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Aka on guitar. I can't hear you. Break it down. I want to hear that. Let's go. Come on. I want to hear the man. Hermano. Hermano.
You were mad share your mom at your Emma Crab at the Van Cambridge Midi, so no Cambridge don't say I would be na a bon say near the Baba SHS to Naya Papa and Simu Ama. I say for you now, it's me acting and some acting. Eh, you made the well, all shy and over to me, I say, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channels. So today, can I see you? And I say, one woman on there, so more start listening at ewo motivated line so anasa mo podcast so Anchor FM na ma share fefe o share so kai say obe share na afoforo so ensa akibi o share so na o send o comment and o suggestions na so amayin me amiti dwom se chia me meeting ede Antonia Jifa Ifa Omo amasa ya say ayetimi de jumedi ebre inyimre Inner Word of God Construction Company Limited Inner Word of God and ope company wetimi aboa esi wodan pepepe manye bia emba ho anu atwe abe Inner Word of God Construction Company Limited enyumre omo mene omo chichi enkomo we de emit oye new place kra afi na chese yesha no kopra yede ene no eba be chichi enkomo ewo no primary so oye Alfred Kuvoli I ono communication team member Emma NDC nti yenwa be ma Alfred wa ha ye ma no akwaba Alfred ma akwaba
Yeah, yeah. It was a deal.
na apo
Piece of
o
the
say
they say a dino, Alfred Kuyoli.
Kuvoli okay Kuvoli that's it ah Kuvoli
Yeah.
okay that's it na apo to say
Christo Adam no pipe bunti, ya hoya pa, bacha na so.
nyame adom biso me ho ye ndis mo akache so den also
Was so well when you said the course no ya kacha ye she no my course we are dan kwem kama the dikai sesi a ndc the dia pono so say new registration ya ye no em say atiefo ne ahwefo nyina de ka te abo ho dero bebre say ndc new registration I ton safre new members and even existing members say yen register ye kono high tech the old ID card na paper one no and the kwan na fa so gi dues ni ade ni na ya sesa no e de fa abefo kwan so e san se te ho hia se NDC ni bia na obi and kondo so ba bejon NDC and obi an ni je ana na na ho se obeboa Ghana amaga na time tumpon e me register as a member of an NDC family. Of course, the unimono NDC is also there. Say ubedon wa ye ni akula ni mpanyini ni the oye send oye say yenyenyi mu da bi da. The here ye akoma no obi a na niji accountability ho, obi a na niji probity ho, obi a na niji equity ho. NDC is a party for that person. Enti said the nra ye general secretary di ka kan no em say ye IT department na IT technicians no omudi bia gu akwemu ama the online payment platform no say ye adwuma of course it sounds say efidient sometimes ubenya problem ba kwa na mienu bi but eno nkire say mwaba mu da bi it ye ton sa francophone and German chapter has also registration go so from branch to branch ama ye chapter executives so ednome gu akwemu a almost all branches nasne ama ye mass registrations near the minim say ye Bielefeld branch Hanover branch Düsseldorf ne most of the branches I edika mass registration registration you know everything went on smooth in terms of payment in terms of everything bibia so kama na me kense so bi mu say said the right general secretary dika kan ye no say oye NDC ni free PNDC time kra every way bra right yes new registration for because the completely new system new platform na ye de obia ya migrate obia kosa platform no so enti ye ton sa fro obia empo MPP fo a aban we am say si form a hunu ojefo of course there's no doubt say enne Ghana ye ka ojefo na NDC enti ye ton sa fre etiefo ahwefo don so omra no meka akatamanso ebusua kuo kakraka no ho nti na de ekoso ewo NDC akache no no
yenya be ma Alfred be da ase no o abegine mu akasa ama MPP so yenya be ma Michael MacArthur ono sama ye access onya join but onam kwanso a oye ne homeboy ye no aba wetimi aba join ye nti no obedu a ono so ye beti na no asem na answer no ye beko akwakofa bo for crato ye ba ye topic e be discussing so ye de no so ebetidwa menko be bia
yo abusiafo mo somfo na afia ko bi se wan peme na me kase mesi munyimo sum na montamaso na montie makopi inner word of God building construction company so anio inner word of God building construction company so she yesi nyame adwuma na she na wo de akoso minua ebadan sie mu dia sumuda ne ya ba ma e de na wo pese ye nyema building works Uprobi obeye carpentry amount, POP, metalworks, tiling, electricals, aluminium, fabrication, anal plumbing, bra, ni abesum we said you wisi penwo, said you wisi pen bia, ya beyamount, ya titi yankofoni when ya misrum, or munchi windio, no munya basabasanso. And now open yama ube to me dear siwudine, to set building blocks, stones, sand, quarry dust, pavement blocks, anase wood branian somo ewo nyamesuro eni nyamesumu she enkomini anu ma mo wa manone so na wo maya dwuma na diska be mane abusuafo si enye japade ma na wo beba na wanya ne se de wo sipen wo aya na eya bebre it's na me se fa ho bebo eye inner word of God building construction company so aya ti free inner word of God ministry international asori aba yemre me beboa ye ne yabotne ne brem minua ne kire se enye na da bi ne yedinam eyi nyamisurom ene nyamisuro kwanso ene yede ba abesomwo obetume hu ye wa akra anase asharibotwe anase frɛ number we 0242 515735 0242 515735 anase 0203 755 066 0203 755 066 Freye niye mesomo ewo no kware mu medawase
yo ye sign emma munyina akwa babiem yenya nti ye say ye nua be mama atanso etimi ajoin nti ye ba kwa age ensha wole ho ina be mama ikamakata
oh minua ba jifa we dia major also
na one kind they
it's just unfortunate we dia mesre ya hwefo ani etiefo say omode be cheme exactly bibi etwintwa amana mu kakra nanso no esan se yaje ato ye ho so se ye bedi dwuma e de aboa God and country ntino I tried my possible best and nanso no metimi adwan ni program no nti we de acheopa ena ewom meda monso mase se mwanya me ho abotre na all this while no mwatwen me amam nso metimi aba beka eye mo ho afi nso no mesre menua NDC ni a ene menene ba be di dwuma se onfanche me that is unusual but them say sometimes near me BCC nipa akwan mu ntie onfanche me mama na tenase acha onfanche me medase bebre menua ba
na then kwaso makache
yo what we say there say na watchi a eye edaye ni mu weekend nyame ya adoma NPP said the mpanifo ka no yesi ufri ase buru nsuo ntam a ena wani eye kokko isan eye butaye esi ani so eye 2024 abatwo no in preparation towards it say it started with say ye elected polling station executives ye free honum na ye ba the constituency level ye ba regional level say no ye drew the national level ye pen national executives almost ye be call into the 2024 elections inti ehu ahoboaboa na ye giso ye di dwuma na sabre me ne o kasai because of abatwo ninti no ye Germany ye branch a ewa ha no ye mpanimfo a omudi enim eye Dr. Yamoa ene ne echitafo eye Benson Brenya na afin so mi ankasa me maame Sompahema Ruth Lendenberger Nana Benyi enyimfo em se branch ni mu mpanimfo no dodo na atimi akopiem ewo Ghana omo nso eye delegates a ombehwe se ombeso ebekwa akoto aba edi aboa amadwumadi no nso etimi akoso wano sabre de NPP mu de ya asomdwie na yehwe yebeyi ye mpanimfo a yedi omo beko okun in 2024 ti sabre de bibi ekoso Germany for nso ye contribution ene se ye mpanimfo beko akogina ya namu ato aba enso di ama the right people a ombetimi aba be boy dwumadene edi aboa ama the breaking the 8th agenda na yedi asi ani so no yenso yebetimi am make sure say yebe achieve enti no everything is on course. MPP, we are fully prepared. We are making sure say work is done on the ground. So the a drew campaign season now, we will be actively involved na ya ye adwuma enso amankunimdie aba idina nwrede nchia na mede ma MPP mpanimfo nyina starting from the president to mi ankasa mi chairman Dr. Yamoa na afin so me papa Nana Boating na afin so communication team members ni nyina enchia kese enko enfama obibia timini ajifa MPP, we are still on course. Times are a bit hard. We are working around the clock. See a bit me aseli to a smooth leveler. Ebema ahoto eni asumdue so aba oman Ghana. Na emu timemufo nso so no omo abrabo mu ahenha omo kakra ama ne manso etimi akoyie edi ama eye oman mufu nyina. Medasi bebre minia.
Yo, me so better say me ya be mama kata. Ye be call akwakofa ye first topic ye ewo ende na ye tini a discuss. Inti ye first topic no ye bisa ye say free SHS policy aban ede to ho se ode boa awofo ene school for amomwetini etua omadesua ne so no ewo senior high school no. Yenya nti yesese eduane kwa nkola no ebedi no ayedi nti yebisa se policy no yenko ne ensan konko dandan ne ensan wo ho kakra ebetimi aboa ama obi aho atona na se nkola no ombetimi enya kwa esua de pepepe na omonso etimi enya eduane edi nti nka yenye review ewo policy no ho ana se de etino yenja ne saa enu na ende yeshe itie nua be ma Alfred hwasho owo ho na asemi NDC for saying na modwe hu say na mususu hu no enka den ye ya ebetimi aboa ama policy no etimi ayeyi ma kwa babi
ye nua medase pa se wode asemi abeto pa so se ye mabu hu said that tie no NDC party me kan se ye wo ho se ye boa ama oman chichire ye akoso NDC ni ho se ye bibi na magana fo ho akire wo na panifo bibi se yensom oni nipa eye abaya wotiso yi wo started 2016 campaign normal aban ne kan ye na meka se no ema Ghana fo brenya agidie wo no mu aban ne mu to aba ma aban no was free SHS se obema high schools nkro mo ko school e wo ntoaso school mu no ombe school mu ntua hwe. This was a flagship program aban e de campaign de chese the first time ko reni aban no o ka bibia na e de akoshe free SHS saban say na ko ka hwe yesi free SHS nkura ko school free se be kaya tamu aban eroli sa free SHS policy ye former president Owura John Dramani Mahama any NDC party no edomani to form ehun se sade nhyehyeye aban de atokwem a wodi awroli sa program no se bi se bo hwe Ghana sa time no ya ho boaboa aban no amoaboa no yi ema yesusu bibi no ma bebre ma aban so aban kanya botra kaka nefa no matoto akwam yi ansa na wo de sa policy way aba but esan say aban and as NPP aban as a propaganda any say o person otumfutu gu Ghana fo ani to say da bi da ade a media hye manifesto mu mai ho campaign kia ne ke me ya na me ye nti aban entie futu wantie hwe enam so ema ye former president Owura Dramani Mahama eka say Nyankopon ye na dom na say 2020 say Ghana fo enya no mugi no moto abama na obedi president ha sa free SHS no obe review Owura Dramani Mahama ka asase mo ya pe ene enuanom MPP fo sa so asem no say wo so oba obetwa free SHS mo. So from the onset yenuanom no fa na say free SHS na omo dia and that is their baby. They have to nurture it, they give birth to it, and they have to take care of it. Until Ubia onka MPP who be able to carry a few. Yes, papa so pa mama so nya no mudentia, ne mum ni yi ntia. Sa tam no de na NDC for ka nyina no na ye ni yie ntina na ye ka because Ghana dache aye ye nuanom nkuma omo SHS ni junior high schools because encourage education ekoswa se wo kosku no sua de hunya nim de papa na daache obenyini abaye panyimpa na wo de amamuo enkrobeti bi hye nensa watimi abu no abu niye meka se enne nkaye wo bibi discuss the failures of this government discuss here. I don't believe say enka education should have been a subject matter and now say agriculture should have been a subject matter and now economy because these were the main pillars of then opposition party NPP Omudia campaign and numu and omudoma holding in a jina is a Ghana for moto abama near bar ye be education system na aye ye ye be boa ama one eni adwuma so aban ba ye what the policy be by say planting for food and jobs according to information free time no ABC Sabre Ghana has spent over 2.6 billion just in planting for food and jobs. And a Greek minister so obia sebi o feel say Ghana for enim nimdie bia so anytime be say Ghana for can be bia na ono can different thing. Me kai say there were some hints say Ghana aduane ho ebe kwa atwe and as aduane ho be yedin e not for kan ho asem last year even last 2 years Charles for kan ho asem but that time no obi obeka bia no na a Greek minister be a press conference so there be nya no kore aduane abu na Ghana Party for Food and Jobs is one of the successful implemented programs are being ediaba are not the to the West African countries. I know more etipen ehun say we are the leading star when it comes to agric. Benne ede ne yehu say nuanum keto ko school ye Tom Brown Tom Brown make nim akula no say also do wa sugar e na oba na oba wakwa ko pe Tom Brown ni bi edi sebi ye de yemfurupan e hyen aben ye nyina ye hwenu se aduane papa die ana aduane pa eboa in child development I mean nutritious food se wodidi ye a eboa ma wadwene mu bie wodidi ye so wote classroom na akola se sebi you wouldn't even have the concentration to listen to whatever your teacher is teaching you. A bit more attention span is your IQ level, form, because the body lacks some basic nutrition. So no credit pass says if this government means well for the Ghanaian youth, if this government means well that free SHS a policy be what fun say in the bar. Honestly speaking, should open up. Na ombre no wase enti afutuo. Ma onya no chen se menkoa na menkoa. Nimdie nyina wo mitrim. Yese kwakwa nanse. A wo ye no adwen se o se wiase nimdie nyina ade agutom na wakata so. Ekwo wiase ne ba entikuma. Ene kire ze papa. Eto e wo de bo na food ya wo fra enyeye. Enti fa bo wachi. Anansi hu se sa me din kwasi ase na me free say me chichiri nyansa nyina gutuo na me kwa ma be nyansa fo wiase. So e kire say e wiase nyansa enni ba ko fotrim. Ni yie diem na ye nyina ye pe NDC ni yie diem na ye pe. Say ye ma be ko school. Ye nuanu be ko school. Ye wo faso be ko school na say be omonya aduane pa din. Abind the free SHS by NDC yes a review we said say enye obia na sebi ontimi hwe ne ba school sebi o obatan a onni bimpo na ho say obekwakuti ne mo wremu no de hwe ne ba school na daache se ne ba nyini a wasini boka say me ba no me na me hwe no. That is the pride of every parent. But abiding to boom without any plan, without any precautions. And I say free for all. Parliament HR budget, and as I approve every budget finance minister they call parliament just to support the free SHS, just support planting for food and jobs. But your money not because really omunya dua nemum sika ye chama ban say onfa more free SHS obra onfa more school feeding program obra no. So far you say abai ede suppliers obo supply SHS and as a schools ni nuane over 400 million Ghana cedis won chia enti yebeka say na who cause am supplier be supply enuane. Na say aban when tuya car. How long can that supplier be in business? Keep supplying without payment. And it isn't that skinny because yen say free SHS was from the oil revenue. And Nesikan and I buy a can say free SHS and tea, ye first kai near the Korean Colano. Because say ye rata mills. Or shares our fund to one was heritage fund. I say Dachi NPP by was Dachi na nene. So scan na you say about no macramanka. That was about Mubuye. So scan what they are. Young Fahian clan because Enklano are the future of the country. So they took the oil revenue just to support the free SHS. It is a ne say Minister of Finance ain't mean tria. Suppliers almost supply school feeding a car. Let me busa say budget approval sika abiding nyaye just to support that initiative no says sika no afa himfa. There comes NDC motto probity, accountability, transparency. Esan say aben ada Ghana for na sebi Omuka say Ghana for hwebo nkumu no mo ye bifa nifa enti oka say Minister of Finance emebu akonta na odwane na ka say bio ye de ade amawo se fa kodwem ko todwa koto ade bra wo baaye no e ka na ye say enye no so me call receipt ni we ye say we is na sem fa na sem ko ye mini aba enso so aben oto safre Minister of Finance say omra me bu akonta na odwane enti se ne se yenyina abaye nimsem say SHS enkromo SHS omunya aduane ni a na yemfa sobo ni nyina emmo NPP aban na akufo ado any finance minister no offer say Kenuforiata because they aren't paying the suppliers because they are stealing Ghana money. Akufo say ah sika Ghana sika wo ha sika no wo sika wo
they are money edem putting our patry mo hu so mo wie sika bi and evidence bo baby say o ma fa sika bi edem putting patry enchechire mu yi
mo be da say yes say utrum fita enti amoa enkum say ye ka say o ma wie sika o hwe de aban eye enesle wo fa so tutu no normal na utum do adwen bu say there be bibi wom sabi o enye say wakwachi obi say odne say to botuma wie ne sika nkwa na oye wo so aye kronfo. Of course those in the legal fraternity, that's how they are going to argue. But me no me no common sense ebe kire say so obi di bibi obi pese odi bibi sie so obi pese odi untro wo Peter Sat nipa semesi or Benjamin de we me can say o mebu ho akonta so omua, then it presupposes to say or this kind of a baby because all this kind of year they also they are then accountable any problem because you know your suppliers, you have receipts for whatever payments you have made, so it's just a matter of accounting for what you have done. But failure to account, then we all presuppose to say the monies has been used in a way approve say that is embezzlement of state funds.
Inti we no enye se evidence bi na eda ho na accounts omo nye ye nti eni nti na musutu say omo wia oman ni sika bacha sanity
Evidence dey be bre ho no and anu ye Northern Regional NPP mami a obeka say COVID funds na ye say dey be support Ghana mami no abetu no mutuo say wonu nyamu 100,000 Ghana cedis or so, and he said 50,000 man just because he's a constituency, whatever. So those monies weren't meant for constituency executives, and I say MPP members of parliamentary aspirants. So say odenche mfinsu ase beka chebo mutiche ewu a yeni na chinye. So within Omuankasa no and Kennedy Japan so beka asa asem we e won na 2TV and we warning some MPP executives about corrupt deals. So says can nyina na ye Ghana sika. If says can wo ho a nkene ke dibiwa kotua suppliers supply free SHS your friend say school feeding programs based on says can ya misuse ni nti enene abanis onyes can to suppliers ka nti ene chance for Eastern Regional chance me kinka almost say abama aban up to China 15th July say abino anya bibi drastic the SHS are going to be closed or they are going to shut the SHS down. And I was say and then mesako hu me ko kan internet so say infantiman school awofo ni bi air contribution between 250 Ghana cedis to 500 Ghana cedis just to make sure their wards or their kids get proper food to eat in the secondary school. So if you can say you will free SHS, you will school feeding programmer, then why should the parent go through such trauma? It's not about paying the money. It's about this trauma. I often to pay. We're going to say me bay. If you never na me bay do board and I said then and no kwa it's a subject to reckon with.
And see, ye bisa say no policy no. Mosha yenye review our policy no and I say yenja ne sa and I say be review a then was say it me ye efa ho
the review of the free HSS policy is long overdue. Here tamwa John Dramani Mahama eka sa asebono. Sa tamna no zenka buy to suffer key stakeholders. Near tenase. So okay, Musa suggestion is saying NDC are making a point clear. Say free SHS no a here review. We can review the free SHS in this area. Say yes, say and certain we na nyepe. So awofo bi wo ho an ho so so wait my the best school fee, or wait my the best school. So why aren't we allow those parents to take care of their children school needs? Those times before there were no any free SHS. But many shows homophobia be complaining say because of send the buy any ninti we free school be fee. There wasn't anything like that. Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. Say if this government
there
means
wasn't
well.
free SHS, but number echo SHS at this time no. Edo also saying the omana na yechi and no mo because na do na omunye scan to us until now for an enco school. Into we say nka policy na eboa.
That is in futura abinding to be. Yes, it's true. The numbers shot up. But the question is, are we looking at the quantity or quality? Okay. Otherwise, we will end up having educational illiterates. So depend on our first school system, but we're hungry. And yeah, who say, and I say, NDC new say, ma who in school. That is why we have near said America, it was scholarship programs are not a support to the needy. So if you say untimi and helba, and once you apply for scholarship for your ward to take that opportunity, and no boama efficiency, eba.
I mean, I've scholarship programs no so any easy sao, and no crano, and also who you know. It's to be a scholarship no obe apply sir. Maybe for instance, men another a coco MIA coco scholarship yeah sanka. It's scholarship no so no so say wow connection we den and a nipa he and I can bet me any scholarship. I don't bet me a school. It's almost like a policy. A boy a beer crime will be at me could be.
But I said they're okay. Why your scholarship and out here? You know, do you think your parent isn't proud of you? They are very proud of you and they are very proud of themselves. So much to more remote share war. What you say? And of course, if you can, everybody has a story to tell. And say you kind of say you're generalizing say you be able to our capacity to accommodate the numbers. Are we there? A visionary leader, John Dramani Mahama, because he knew say education was a BMUNO and was starting e-blocks. So indeed, if this government meant well, he should have made sure the facilities are there to accommodate the numbers. That is the argument we made at the onset. Say, Abai, secondary schools will be a BM, boarding house will be a BM, e-blocks, the so that in Krane Bar, Obianya, Babia Kugra, United Nations, our standards. How many children are supposed to be in one room or one class? The question is, free Ghana school system, aren't they over this number? The Kobana sa teacher, ebenya, can say, Nisa etimi sunkra, otimi chiram kwa na die. Then we'll be looking at Dudu and Yakete say. So, of course, you can say, NDC abolished a shift system. By sense, one prepare na proper original propaganda so and or the or by an yellow and green and one then they colorcy and the ubusa for how much they are spending on their children who are in secondary schools is far higher than how much they were spending when there were no free SHS. because akrano obeko school 3 months, no better than 6 months. So 6 months akrano better than you know. I was say so for no obey you also no extra classes. And do you know how much they charge per month or per day? You understand? So
Mini Alfred, yeah, that's a better what about 12 points?
I'm not saying me that's him.
Yeah, that's it. You queen ya be ma Michael McCarthy ho no so ahwe na adwe. McCarthy ma kwaba. Enya be ma Michael McCarthy ono ene kasama NPP. Ya ma kwaba bi.
Mini aba me also. Mamemfa akwanya we so na menchia menua Alfred. Emze Alfred ene oye ata enko akwa anwan pa. Nenso onye atenti no. Meka ne se emse ensem no bebre ho no ma waka enhyedansi so. Nemom politics. And so we have the liberty say yenya akwanya yebe chire niemam ne aka ne se de ya adwene de esi. That is the beauty of a democracy. You know, that is the thought and opinion also the over. But there are a lot of factual inaccuracies. Ewo ninsem no dodo na wayede wakanum. Na me pese me rebut to some of the things I can ya no kwasem ni sabe we are young politicians. I was say most of the time you're very careful of some of the things I heard can because on the neighbor say it is being recorded. So there will be a time somebody will pick your voice and use that against you. So my a bit of advice ne say yen share ye chikakra ye kasa na yen make sure say yen sama ye kan ho beti. Mze obusa a very good question. Say or say MPP for awieska. Say very easy for you to say MPP for awieska. Sweeping statement. Oh, evidence. Evidence there. Where is the evidence? You are unable to provide it. So, for me as a young politician learning on the job, I will never sit anywhere and make such sweeping statements. When I am, called for strict prover, I won't be able to provide any evidence to that effect. Intiminian Alfred, me de nyamidi besrel say, let's not always say it for the sake of politics, because politics with dignity for me is much important than just saying anything as a result of maybe trying to please your party members and now be etisa. Yenhwe say ye de nokre ebeye adwuma. Now coming back to one other statement in terms of sika ye de bebo oman no ho bra. Em say menua no e wo so onya abotre na ohye say when we say budget allocations it does not mean say all the money needed is available. He spoke as if the money is there, somebody is using it to do something which is not meant for it. That is why your parliamentarians or more parliament every now and then they are approving one loan or the other. Your budgetary allocations and traces Canada and your projections and a binding year. Say this year I am projecting I will need this much for this particular program and this particular sector. So abide by all these calculations, no the about to a year parliament for discussion and approval. And when it is approved, then the loan or whatever is needed will be secured for that purpose. It means you don't talk as if say monies are sitting somewhere and no and ye bibia. So abina babe ready budget na chere sikane da ho and abino ede kobo ebrano. That is not how it works. That is not how it works. Intino mame enka enchere menuane se NDC for ayomo ho diabroni. So ho omo ayomo ho anoma kokune ekwa atifi no makohunu nsuo no mabanafo eba bebusa se edien na aba nsuo yi ani ayepoto se adenti na meka sa asemwe omo ankasa omo eye minority leader eye Haruna Idrisu came out immediately. NPP announced so say ye call IMF no. He came out boldly telling the party members say they made sure say NPP for a kwanya ebefa so ebe raise revenue ye de bebo man ho brano omo blocking all the chances, and so party for no more a minority in parliament abaso so matimia making sure say NPP enya kwan and raise enough revenue the bebo man ho bra. This is the thinking of the people we have as the next government, and as a government in waiting. A whole minority leader. Nenumwasma wayede or canon. Nenumwasma wayede or canon. It is all ye Ghana ni. That's what say. Minority leader. A junior, the minority in parliament. A fire to make sure say they put impediments in the way of the government. Say they be abandoning to me raising revenue. And far more ban bra. And they did that, and they feel say and net situation ye woman on mine who chire no because of the government's inability to raise revenue no. Eye omo scheme omo ye de omo ye, and they are so proud talking to the Ghanaians say they blocked the government from raising revenue, and they are so happy. Say I didn't me anya the amasono. Internet say I want chire ewo mine more. These same people turn round to come and tell Ghanaians to say NPP Aban is not doing something right. You see, we think party, we don't think Ghana. And that is what the opposition is up to. And it is evident. What was the projection at Abani here? With regards to a year e-levy, the government wanted to raise over 600 million through e-levy. But as we speak now, we are doing under 60 million Ghana cedis. Look at the challenges are implementation of e-levy the FM. And that was a projection because going to IMF and using internal mechanisms to raise revenue as a party, it is better off using internal mechanisms to raise revenue to support the budget that we made. What I say, and these people tried as much as they can to block all the opportunities and chances and look at it. The implementation of e-levy should have happened somewhere in March, but when they did happen, they dragged the process. Make sure say omubema Ghana for e-levy say at the time, and truly most Ghanaians bought into what the NDC propagated. And so now, what e-levy was meant for, no, it couldn't achieve its purpose. That is why, and yes, I had the IMF. Intimania, budget allocations, dear me person me de rebate was my work and say sikabi daho and yem fanye de no. It is not always the case. Say sikane daho. You make projections, you put proposals before Parliament for approval. When it is approved, you contract the loans and execute the project as you purpose in your ambitions, and I say you purpose in your heart, say this is what you want to do. And you know, that is one thing I was clear. Then he also said something, say under NDC, yanted that, say a school for, and I say school be, I say eduanism enti school no yetum. Minia, I think say you are new in Ghana. You are new in Ghana. Go to the north, and no krana ne only peculiar to the north, no. Okay, feeding grants you couldn't pay as NDC. At a point, even chalk, providing chalk for teachers to use chalk to write on the board. You couldn't do it. And you are here telling me, say, under NDC, no school complained of food or anything. Go to the north in 2015, 2016. Go there. Some schools threatened to close down because of non-payment of feeding grants. It means you get your facts right. Get your facts right. Get your facts right. Let us be truthful to ourselves. It is a problem now, but okay, we try as much as possible to find solutions to the problem. But we don't come and sit on a platform like this and make claims to say, I say, during your time, honey was just falling on the tongues of Ghanaians. And sometimes when NDC people talk, they make me feel like, I said, they've never had an opportunity to be in government before. You have ruled for 27 years, and then most of the issues that we are complaining about, it was in existence. If you had used your time to solve these problems, and maybe after the gains, President Kufuor Enyadimaye, you dragged us back. Okay, this government came into office. We were sailing smoothly. What you here? But for COVID and the war that is going on, and the story we will not be talking about these things. But the idea, ewo ewiase ena ama saade ma we nyina ekoso. Minu edifa ansana meba this topic aye discussing so no. I just want to read something from the reporter bank World Bank Edi Ababe Tuja with regards to food security and I say insecurity ewo food ho. Na menuano wetie nu ahunu say the problem that we are facing, yes, peculiar to our own situation, but the whole thing is that there is a rippling effect the outside world experiencing what we are experiencing. And I don't want to talk from my own intuition and now my own adwene menkanisa. Intino men read this for our own discussion. Na aboye nyina. Na record high food price have triggered a global crisis that will drive millions more into extreme poverty, magnifying hunger and malnutrition. This is July 5th, 2022 report to a bank of World Bank at the Ebetuja. So, whilst threatening to erase hard-won gains in development. So this is a situation acknowledged by the World Bank. It is a situation the food insecurity we are experiencing across the world. No, it's been acknowledged by a World Bank. Now, in the report, reasons assigned to why we are experiencing food insecurity across the world. Enona Osi, the Ukraine war, supply chain disruptions, and recovering from COVID are the reasons why we are going through what we are going through now across the world in terms of food insecurity. And you know, World Bank is acknowledging, say, and most of the products are in terms of agriculture. The agriculture, you hear fertilizer. And it is very, very true. Say most of the world economies, no, eto omo fertilizer, every either Ukraine or Russia. And so if you don't have enough fertilizer, udibeye food production, definitely in terms of yield that will be at the end of the year, no, form. And he was talking about planting for food and job. Planting for food and job. Many edifa one kasa wudi madansie. Said before 2022 SHS year. Bodier banchi. All these things were in surplus. Ewa Ghana. It was in surplus. Ewa Ghana. Semi boa obeka chire me semi boa. Oko eye konongonom ni ade a ebe sum ho si yenya tofompo. This was happening. But you see, this whole situation changed within the latter part of 2021 and at the beginning of 2022. And as our situation way, I had worse. Okay. And you know, it is a warning that was given by World Bank. Said these things are going to happen because of one, COVID, and two, Ukraine and Russia war. And World Bank has written extensively about this. And Tiseminian or per se, Ohunu said, we are experiencing a rippling effect of the global crisis also in terms of food security. Obehu said, it is not something that is limited to only Ghana. A global in nature. But mamima free SHS, aduane a ɛho ayɛ den ɛnu nti ɛma wo de saa question we abeto pono so say and discuss it. Deɛ ne say I am of the view say in terms of providing food for yenuanum enkwala no, there is a system in place. System no, the supply chain no, say breakages bi ba mu kitwa bi it affects the trend and I say the movement through which I was a aduane ekodru schools no ema so etimi ede prepare edema students no. Me being a teacher, I know say during in the past and I say pray free SHS no schools no ankasa ne manage sa system no. Into schools na ehwe se aduane a ombehia ne ade omo ankasa be de ebeto ena aban di free SHS bae no na adwene mu no ohun se lapses bi was our process nim into ono ye se yempe buffer stock na yenye de yemma omo that responsibility na fe omo no nye the supplier and na say omo nye the chain through which aduane be various schools no. That is where I think there is a problem because miniano eka bibi, which I agree with him. A backlog of non-payment of sika was a koka buffer stock unsa. No muso etimidima suppliers, no muso timide kofa nuane no ediko schools no. There is that kind of breakage in that chain. And no, and I made me feel say if you mean well for the country, you should raise questions on that, which is genuine. It is enkaminiane and raise that as a question. And I hear discussing, say, the government should be up and doing. Now, on making sure, say, sika, I was a core buffer stock. Emma almost timidi copper and yanni beguo, Emma suppliers and subede, ebe fadiko schools, no. That must be done without any form of equivocation, and I say without any form of disruption. What I say, oh, can is meaning I mean, 100%. I will not argue with you because it is unforgivable. Say, ye de such a policy aba. Now it will get to a point where some problems will ye face ebema lead to the close down of schools. For me, I will never support such a thing. But the question is, what is the financial condition I wom CCR as of mine? Truth is that prior to 2022, the government was always releasing monies for these purposes. But said the midi can projections are binding year source of revenue. I wasn't kunya etimidi all these payments. No, those avenue and covet me a revenue. No, the government couldn't meet the revenue generation target. So that is the main reason why we are experiencing this. But abide here, the main mechanism say, you are there to solve problems. And you know these problems, are very, very damning. And I expect the government, didn't na basic form, na be a obitimi funds, edi a supported this project. And then so City Morning News. Wabra the country director for IMF, Bernard Avre interview. Or say this is or see this program, free SHS no, a revolutionary program. What you say? He says, this can never, it should never be touched, it should never be cancelled. In the IMF Krano, acknowledge say this is a programmer, one of its kind a be my reasida. Into as a government since a key programmer, yakam wasam oppositions are share free SHS mono. Maybe expect say abino go ebe call all out. No make sure say baby a sikashe biano obeko akofa na wodi aba bo sa programming hu bra ama sa problems are eba concerning feeding ne ehun sensem no eto obetimi ede echa. But Education Watch omo director Mr. Asari emeki a statement be, and I want to agree with him. Say free SHS no, it has gotten to a point at least if anything the feeding component in it should be reviewed. That brings me to the questioner. Now, Ubisa said, should it be reviewed? Okay, I agree with you on that line. Say, there are some components that I think needs to be reviewed. And one of those components, the feeding component. The feeding component. Maybe feel say, I was say, abino, etimi review. If it has gotten to a point, abino, ewo pepa, senko beboa, all students and timamufua drew that school going age, senka omuko school ombedi free, ombeshentari free, all the things are I was say student ebe free. But if it has gotten to a point where the coffers of the government is stressed, there is a stress on the government finances, I believe say that component should be reviewed. Nase yebema awofo ateki that upon themselves. I believe I want to toe the line. Education Watch, director, Mr. Asari Ekan. I want to agree with him. Say that component should be reviewed. And free SHS in its entirety, it is one of the best policies anybody can think of. And Minye was downplaying free SHS. He said it is the pride of every parent. So obey me, Asheniba, no didn't say Sinibo, say me and me share me ba. Yes, if you are a parent and you are able to do that, that is fair. But let me tell you, Minya, you see, sometimes NDC forces they are for the poor, but I believe they are not for the poor. I strongly believe, and my belief is firmed up by the statement made by Minya Obetna Kasafidi. It is firmed up by that. Okay? It is firmed up by that because Seminary enim atetia. Some parents used to go through before they could even get something for their awards to go to school. And kamenye sure say obetna efidie so aka asem no ye okan. Yes, if you go to any society, there are the upper class, the middle class, and even after the implementation of free SHS, the government came out. So what you are for? Now we feel say me met me a me best school fees. They gave the opportunity to parents who are willing. And Mami Musa Miniane said, did he ever hear say parent be coy so the best school fees why or calculation and we say me ba say na e was say me tia one but though free SHS or media metia I will be to sana mona or call ya yanyana. You see, Ghana for let us be fair. It is not everybody who has the capacity to pay fees. Most people drifted off the lane because of the fact that no one to school fees. And there are examples. It is free SHS there. If anybody tells me it is a bad policy, then that person, for me, on yet a revolutionary thinker. Said here, and I am a country director near the Ekayan. Into the free SHS, no, it has come to stay. It is not going to be affected. I agree, say review ebemwa eye. But to cancel free SHS, the Eminia, it is a no-go area. Nobody should dare think of say obicha free SHS because Ghanaians will never forgive you. Especially those of us who are within the bracket, well positioned. See a bit me fee said the Miniano as suggesting. We will never forgive anybody, any politician who comes to cancel free SHS. Nobody will be forgiven for causing such a blunder. Intimidate review, yes, and I have told the line, say, the feeding component, if it is reviewed, many budget. And now, after I have one other suggestion in terms of the quantum of students are into the SHS level. No, the grading system I use, also me as a teacher, I have a bit of a challenge. I know the me party if I meet my party at any level, I will.
Grading was it me shepan. I mean, mobile to me 45 echo girls.
Exactly. Me as a teacher, I have a problem with that, and I have a suggestion. As I said, when I meet my party in chambers, I will suggest that to them for them to consider in terms of reviewing that aspect. Grading system or more useful, because there are some students, I must be very frank with you, they will be good for training in let's say areas BT say seamstress other your friend is saying areas, what I say technical areas, but they are not good, they may not be cut out for a year normal SHS education where science, mathematics, those things.
Don't you think that it comes back to the point I'm all for Jane say sebe bon and a technical and as a vocational institute?
No, that is not the case. That is palpably false. You see, in world economies are trivial. I'm giving Germany as an example. Those who hold the economy on its feet are technical and vocational people. They are the people who are making the economy tick. And it is because it is not a fact. Okay? If we are saying no, the nobody is dumb. The only thing is that there are some people, their capacity to absorb certain things at certain levels, no, form, but they are able to also do other things, almost useful in their lives and useful to the country. Okay, and when people are supposed to be in technical education, it does not mean they are not good or they are dumb or anything. No, they are able to also learn at that level to produce something ama economy na etimi ayede akoso. Intino, yes, I agree. Say dodo na aka say obi ko technical na chese nipa na bon, but that is false. It is not the case. Students who are in technical education are very, very talented. They are gifted, and some of the things are mutimi yeno minuaba esewani ense okachire. Inti so obi ka say obi enko SHS inti nipa na bon a, that is false. That is false. Inti hono de asemo a me feel say asoman was yi adwen free so na yesesa ya adwene e free sa de no so, because ene Germany ha technical and vocational education ena ekura omine ti said ye de etia ene ye nyina ye ka items produced from Germany ye nyina ye di ho adanse say edi twem. Into technical education, for me, it is a big issue. About we so about home making sure say technical education no or no subetimi share na wadi ho dwuma. Into me di manu si o question no ho no. Me di manu si wo question no ho no. One, free SHS, does it need review? I agree. Some components of what is being given out for free, should be reviewed. And one of such, the feeding component. And amasaka, the grading system, if you say a also it might need some form of review. Me family that's it.
Yo, Miss Someda say me abe Mama Arthur. Ye be try comments ashafo e de brain. Yeah, first comment I have for every quick divorce. Good evening, Jifa, and your team watching you live from Amsterdam, Holland. Idasi. Patience Dark was a good evening, fantastic Jifa, and your panelists watching you from Hamburg. You made us say. NDC Diaspora Union, or say never again for those useless and Kufardo family and friends government. Okay. Nana Tafrimo or say Nana Ekufardo and his failed team will not listen to good advice. They are bound to fail, and they have failed big time. Watching you from Tatali. Okay. Tom Nutako or say NDC has the men. Listen to simple logic from Comrade Alfred. Explain education with or without the fake free SHS. Okay. Jude Miller to glow or say NPP playing blame games all the time. If it's not COVID, then it's Russia-Ukraine war. Okay. Tom Nutakobi was saying Ghanaians eat mainly cassava, maize, and plantain. Do we import them from Ukraine? What happened to the MPP's plantain for food scam? Lousy Pewita also watching you live from Michelle Camp, thumbs up, Gifa. Thank you. Nana Osei Boating Osei good show, Sam MacArthur. The NDC don't know what domino effect is. The whole world is reeling under the COVID-19 in the war in Ukraine, and indeed the whole world. NPP and Ghana will not come out strong. Will come out strong very, very soon. Okay. Nima to Adamu. So when did the war and COVID start? Stop the childish talk. Nima to Adamu must say it's not that review JM told us. Oh, Mestre say, yeah, yeah, comments, yes, and yeah, yeah, my casano, and who ain't sick a crana. Yes, I'm comments, and the kind I the pacho. Yeah, next comment. I'll say free education doesn't mean free feeding and lodging. Do kids in day schools get the same benefits? I think they almost start saying yeah, more lunch for free. I don't know if it's still the case. And see, yeah, it was me say no any last comment. And see, yeah, near Quack second topic. And so now, and also yeah, discuss it's the second topic I share say ebetu just say electoral commission omaje and I say omususu ho say nka abaso ya ye ba be koi 2024 yi omobeye new electoral register voters nyina ye Ghana card no na ebe connect na yetimi aye voters register na chete ya link ni nyina abom aye ne baako na yɛhwɛ sika a yɛsɛeɛ wɔ bere a yɛyɛ register yi a yɛtumi de yɛɛ 2020 election yi bisa sɛ ɛho hia anaasɛ electoral commission no ɔmo wɔ justification bi nti a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi ɛpene na ɔmotumi de electoral exercise anaasɛ registration yi ɛto dwa ama amanfoɔ ɛkɔkɔyɛ bi na yɛtumi sɛ sika yi sa ana yɛhwɛ yɛn situation a yɛwɔ mu sɛsɛ a ehu behia sɛ yɛbɛtumi asɛ sika pudo saa ɛde ayɛ register foforɔ anaa yɛnua bɛma
Understanding is that the Electoral Commission is seeking to make the national ID card the only source of justification to register onto the voter ID card as their basis, the voter register. I repeat it, the Electoral Commission is seeking through a constitutional instrument that may come before Parliament, the Subsidiary Legislative Committee and Parliament as an institution to replace the voter register of 2020 and to make the requirement for getting onto the voter register the national ID card as the sole reference document and justification to get onto the national voter register. Our concern primarily is that in the past, since 1993, voter registration exercises that have been undertaken, you normally have the provision of a guarantor of guaranteeing for persons to get onto the voter register insofar as it is established that they are Ghanaian and are of age and of sound mind and to participate in Ghana's electoral process.
Yo, we have been my Alfred, Miss I am our Kababi.
Yeah, me, I mean, you're but I say, but Mr. Mami, 2 minutes. Now, me they answer some just 2 quick issues. Be a benya Makiel, Ekaye, Enya no kre. Wada Roma. Answer a second topic is on.
That's it.
Mo me da say. They didn't kind. Me Michael Eka say me ko tools. Kebi say a budgetary allocation. No, what I said. No, then they. I want to read something from here from my Joy Online. That is a statement made by the Agric Minister. Agric Minister, Dr. Osua Koto, has disclosed that 2.6 billion Ghana cedis has so far been invested into government flagship program in agriculture, that is planting for food and jobs. That is exactly what I said, that 2.6 billion has been invested into planting and food and jobs. I didn't say that was a budget that was made. No. Secondly, also SHS e-levy na parliamentary minority leader, and I say NDC a pride and want to say a block government for not spending more. You see, Parliament is not there just to be a rubber stamp for every government project. Parliament is there for the people. So if the majority of the people that the parliamentary represent, doesn't agree with the e-levy, yeah, we have Papa Ghana anyway. I say, Germany, COVID buy German are buying how many new taxes and are buying introduced into the workforce? None. Rather, no, are buying subsidies. Are buying NPP are buying COVID buy Ghana put your COVID tax. So Ghana what you may say, see I don't think this is an issue my brother should raise an NDC for government, project. It's not that's not true. One point was he said the government couldn't meet his revenue target and school feeding program etc. And I think that is not also true, entirely true, because the Kaiser on the 1st March 2022, the Ghana Revenue Authority said exceeded revenue target for 2021. So this presupposes to say the government actually had more money in his coffers even during COVID times. I buy no crap pride in home saying so the question is Nesikano way. Miniano World Bank report caution areas about food security. World Bank is there to it's a macro model, I mean a macro report. This report doesn't necessarily underpin Ghana. So the test a bit Troy, Ghana ye importu banche and our body any maintain every Ukraine. And in fact, maintain me organ and me do for maintain say the fertilizer do body full. And I said the fertilizer do banche. Fertilizer near the do tomatoes and those perishables. So, I mean, all these are just blaming blame game. That is why the government is still struggling, because they aren't ready to listen to a humble advice or humble opinion. Always they want to blame other people instead of looking at yourself and say, no, okay, a baby woman. So that is I have somebody, and then because of time, maybe say the second topic also. Now, electoral commissioner, I did to just say, or person a new voter register, and that we hear about 80 million, if I'm not mistaken, dollars. At this time, school feeding program air struggle. You hear 400 million Ghana cedis at the tria suppliers. What is the need? So last 2 years in a year new register. Now, what is the need for another register? It seems like the government want to create an avenue of just spending, because there is no justification whatsoever. Say Ghana, say Ghana tiwe a new voter register. Yenya Jane Mensa EC or TC Obafa Kunyano as electoral commissioner. Or converse Ghana for say Ghana here new register because she did not trust her predecessors. So Obepese Obetu Domoyina to Akinono be a robust register, biometric. Emma Ghana civil society organization can say maybe Ghana one it doesn't spending that time. I think they're spending about 80 million or a little more, about $80 million just to do that register. I can say there be Ghana will biometric register. So if there's anything, just upgrade the existing register so that it will cast the cost down about somewhere around 50 million or 56 million. But the EC insisted we treat for civil society organizations also, we treat parties are not against compiling new register. So in the midst of COVID, of course, a new register. Emma what the share Ghana for boss say register why ye idea. Eh water beating stone so abrobo. A bet na half affable and I say at least within the next 10 years Ghana will not go and do a new entirely new voter register. Just 2 years. Just 2 years after Mami Asaba say or say here another $80 million or more to compile new register. At the Ghana for Bonebe Niaye. Bonebe Niaye say, at Afia soon near Kotoaba, near Yadrin say, yes, I'm buying, now buying for Fraba, no Abua Magan and Puntu Akoso. There is no justification, say, yeah, new register because, and the reason is, say, new register, the Yamano reader, Eka, you know, say, now, say, Ghana Parliament and a Ghana for Penia. Then this new register, only Ghana card, and the source of identification, I'll bet him there, yeah, or they are register, or they are coding for the new register. How can you tell me, say, a son is more, as it were, legitimate than a mother or a parent? This Ghana card was born out of Ghana passport. It was born out of your birth certificate. But now, this current government, I don't know what they have seen or what they've done as far as Ghana card is concerned. I don't know why they want to throw away all the legitimate and foolproof documents. I identify them, say ye Ghanaians. Actually, no kofa and nanu ye Ghana card. I can fool baby say about you say e wo ebe to ani ntoni. And so about you say what tintin say dey kra. Sa about you say no. Enyini ensene wani ntoni. Last register, according to the EC, over 17 million Ghanaians registered as legitimate voters. According to my sources, Ghana Identification Authority, our Moye in charge of Ghana cards, till now they haven't issued more than 70 million cards. And I know that Ghana cards are issued not only for people above 18 years old, but below. So even if below the age of 18 years, Ghana can issue more than 20 million cards. How legitimate will it be? Say, you see, Ebabe General say, what the Ghana card in new register. This is even just a secondary matter because the acceptance of doing a new register is in question. This is purely causing financial loss. I urge your parliamentarians, both the NPP parliamentarians and NDC parliamentarians, to stand against this idea of going to do new register. Semikokasa is an avenue for stealing a man for NTS. But otie and some EC Kenya sometimes we Ghana for say Ghana for sebi ye nimshe. So they wake up and they do anything that they like. And what shocked me most is at the time we have a president who touts himself as a lawyer. So what legal basis? And now ECB Jinaso say yeah, koye new register. So honestly speaking, for us, for me personally, and I think the NDC also support that the registration of entirely new album is not necessary. Ghana, if we have $80 million in our coffers, we can invest that $80 million into our educational sector because teachers are suffering. Health workers are suffering. Farmers are suffering. Students are suffering. SHS students are suffering. They don't even have food to eat. And you want to come for $80 million just to go and do a new voter register? Before EC a year biometric register no a year bra ye mark techi mensa any NDC for the EC court say enka EC that time no onfa Ghana passport internationally worldwide recognized any birth certificate enka the identification document who say chile say we cross ade na e betime dia nipa na mpa or Ghana ni. The court threw out the case. We have no case. I think that Ghana is suffering. Ghana, we are where we are. The corruption is overshadowing us because the judiciary, some way, somehow, is becoming weak. Akwai say Ghana uwo ska and uwo tumia, you can do whatever you like. That is why many more people are looking for how they can make more money than to sacrifice for the nation. Because they know say uwo ska, you can do anything and you go scot-free. You can find your way out. But see, and now COVID time, and now you call IMF, and now you say Ghana nisika antino cola yentmintia the teacher from classroom, and now you say yenisika free SHS and as a school feeding program collapse here. My health sector, economy as a whole, I am ready. Is that how we should spend the little we have? That brings me to the issue of vision. If you have a leader, and as a leader now, vision, only vision, and as vision is sometimes you make haste decisions, and within the twinkle of an eye, you find yourself somewhere wanting. Exactly, that is what is happening now because COVID visionary leaders were looking at ways and means they can cushion themselves because nobody knew how long the COVID situation was going to last. But we in Ghana, we tend to overspend the little we have. Say COVID na I hate Ghana. Say hate your mama no. Say Ghana call lockdown 3 months spare. I think by now Ghana keep being careful.
Yo, you never my Alfred. You better see.
That's me about.
Yeah, Konya comments via ebaye answer yetini at why you come on so. Jasper Kujo Adama or say the EC is a money-making avenue for the NPP government since they didn't get their way around the Ejapa deal and the bogus e-levy. Ghana Beyond Aid indeed, chair. Okay. Judmila Tuglo or say the new registration is an avenue to steal from the public purse by the NPP government. Rita Puki also so NDC still have mouth to talk if they have done 1/3 of what Nana Ekufu has done within 6 years. Ghana would have gone far in development than it is now. Okay. Nima to Adamu or say they don't listen to advice, just full of arrogance. Okay. Jasper Kujobi must see the only thing good about the so-called free education is the word free. Nothing has been planned properly by the NPP government to give our children top education and good health and healthy food. The food given our poor children could be termed galamsey water. The least talk about our teachers, the better. The president himself ridiculed them by saying that they will never be rich while teaching. Perhaps stealing like the president's friends and family must be the only chance for, I think, our dedicated teachers he made. Mm. Grace talks. I'll say wonderful, my dear comrades. Say and last comment. It's here before you be mama ata hona. Ono so ahwe na de apa new voters register you. It's ye na be mama Michael ye sign em our baby.
Mini ajifa medasi bebre so wa mame akwanya bio. Na say yenuanom NDC any always trying to put information in the system just to sort of destabilize the environment. It's one of their tactics. They always want to put certain information in the system just to make the system destabilized. Miniano, say the whole story, no. Wafane said it is something that is happening as we speak now. But I just want to read something from a year minority leader ne statement or put out. Naminuana TSC it is just I don't know whether they eavesdropped or it is just something they are thinking. It's not a reality. Now, Mamin Kain, or say, our understanding as we pick it up is that the EC is desperately planning to discard the 2020 voter register and replace it with a new one. Our understanding we are picking up. So where lies the 80 million now? Meaning, I say ECC or the $80 million a new voter register. Senka obetimi amame the source of sa amount no quote any parliament when that was laid before parliament for approval and kabeye me the year senka minunity me provide me with sa information na kabeye me de when it was laid in parliament for approval say ECC or pay $80 million at the above a year voter register, new voter register. Now, my main son can say, or see the Electoral Commission is seeking through a constitutional instrument that may a year brofu and a year minority leader a kind because on one casano only enyina so bia say that is what is going to happen. A conjecture. They are just conjecturing. They are just assuming. Okay? They are just assuming. And sometimes it pities me. And I say, I feel very pity. My main cancer for NDC. Say anything that is coming up. Ebeboa ye democratic movement, forward movement no. NDC since 1992, they always put resistance. They always put resistance. Okay? Osha in terms of our electoral process. Sesaya abba abwa ama yakoyenim with regards to our voter register. Every year it is NPP that brings it up. Either say a year NPP in opposition seeking that the right things are done, or NPP in government seeking say yebe putu a strong voter register together. Ebeye credible enough ama yetimi dia ye democracy ni. And at every point in time,
the NPP always wants the register to go in their favor.
In their favor, how? If anybody comes out to tell me, say, the register is skewed in favor of NPP, no, to me, the statistical actually say, Uko Bantima, Nipa register omu, ebia 10,000. Nemum 10,000 no, nipa 6,000 mum nanka was a register omu. I don't know how people just say things. They don't come up with any vivid or concrete evidence to prove what they say. But because they know, say, there are vulnerable people in the system, omo kan ebeto omo adwenim ama omo ediechire. Menka we ya 2020. So obeka ye bra ECS obeye voter new voter register. Look at in someone NDC for kind. It will never happen. It can never happen. They said all sorts of things. But in the end, when it became possible for people to go and register, these same people came round telling their people to go and register. You see? So for me, just a conjecture. Now, OSHA statement now read or release here now. Getting to the latter part, there is this contradiction. NDC for. I just want to ask this question. This is a quote by Haruna Idris. And I just want to quote him. He says, when John Mahama becomes president again, we intend to deploy a new technology that allows you to walk into any EC office and get registered since or once you turn 18. What can he say? What technology are they going to deploy? And what will be the basis or the foundation upon which such technology will be deployed? Is it not the Ghana card? Is it not the Ghana card? On what can they build a system allow for anybody walking into EC? They are unable to tell us. They think some of us, no, Sabe, we are dumb. We cannot read in between the lines. I want my brother to come and answer this, though he is not the one who authored this statement, but I believe he supported the statement made by the minority leader. And so he should answer this question. Say, on what are they going to build such a technology? What will be the basis? What will be the foundation? So I'll be very glad to have an answer to this statement. A minority leader. But can say, you see, in our democratic dispensation, we are always seeking to improve, to get the best and a solid register whenever ye voting via koka no esubit me ayede ate. Now in terms of a year basabasa sisi during these periods of election no esubecha. Now we have come far. Ye walk an identity. Now as a Ghanaian, you walk around and you can pick your identity card that proves that you are a Ghanaian. And this is a unique system. And for me, the basis development, revolution in terms of our developmental agenda. Ghana card is one unique policy about we implement here. we can make all the gains from this, because every developed world, it affects every facet of your society. When you have a strong data system, and in terms of planning, and when you are planning for the country, it helps you because you have a solid data system. The number of people you are planning about. But as it stands now, we have a very weak platform. Your data you use and you're very weak, porous. And so this government came and said, we have been fighting for this over ages. Since 1971, we have been fighting to get this identity card. No government was able to implement it. NPP came in President Kufuor time. We started it. We lost power. NDC came for 8 years. They couldn't do anything about it. NPP came since 2017 till now. As my brother said, we have rolled out over 15 million people have been registered onto that platform. Ghana for Ghana card. So this is a unique identity system we have put in place. And it said, Drew, baby, now you say, going forward in our electoral system, we need to get this a unique identity card. No be the basis for our voting. Our outside world. That is what is happening now. I do not think it is a bad idea for anybody to conceptualize. I don't think it is a bad idea. If we want to improve, if we want to develop as a country, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. Intiminiano, onyin tum se Ghana card na aba and ye pese and nune ye the basis ye de be ye structure as say a ye economic structure as say no. We need this because one, with this, and it will be very easy to access money from the bank, and the banks will feel very confident to give out loans to people because they know, say they can locate them. Okay, with this unique identification system, no, and then to normalcy. Okay, and you know, say if the EC is even thinking, which I have no information to that effect, with the exception of a minority, we have a system said it looks like they are preempting what has been spoken about at the EC level. I don't know whether exactly what they said is what the EC is going to do. I don't have that information as I sit here. But I think, say even that is the case, I am not sure, a bad idea for us to move our current register onto the national ID platform. I am not sure, a bad idea. Any visionary person, anybody who wants the best for the country, now democracy timi konkaino. This is an idea. Me feel say yetimi yeah. It is not going to serve the purpose of 2024 elections alone. It is something that will go into the future. It means don't be thinking about 2024 elections, because after 2024 elections, there will still be life. And as a people, we need to plan ahead. We need to think about the future, not now. Mini Alfred. Dear me person me ma wote ase ni say Ghana we want to improve, Ghana we want to develop. And ne said ye ekoso ewa mama so a uti fie kura yetimi de letter bro no what aba. You don't need to go and kill. Okay? And it is this system that will help us. What you say? It is this system that will help us. Sa ye be sorry akodi kill. Any ade no, it will be a thing of the past. Ghanaians should be made to understand, say the stress people go through during election days, no, it is something we need to fight over that. Now you move from that end, no, to other level.
Remarks. Nti pacho o de yempensi hansa. Yeah, that's it. I nkomo no ayede dan so yemer no isa. Nti ebe call you bema Alfred Kuyoli hono a ma ye in closing remarks na ye de ejimedi en ebewi ya no. Nti nua bema Alfred wo 2 minutes my own closing remarks.
Emo that's me nuaba Makati Swase say war contradicting who bebre sir. Said me dika kan no in my preamble no NDC we are there for nation building. NDC is a nation builder party. So say ya can say easy dwin so be new card be cost Ghana 80 million. Na yenua no esenye no kra na say easy ka say enye no kra. At the end of the day or money ye na yepe. Yen can say just like that just to take political points. But then we are just cautioning. Say if that is how they are planning, then they should know what is waiting for them. We won't agree for that to happen. So to be of the interest of the whole country, say, and our nation in say easy, because one can't na on yes house so. Yen and I were here. There also be NDC yenkojina bebia oppose the idea of Ghanaians having a national ID card. Ye oppose idea na da. Nemom ye de say national ID card system na fe na ye building. Most Ghanaians aren't on the system yet. Nti ne okojina no kwanza wo de no be the yardstick to legitimize somebody's citizenship as a Ghanaian. Then you'll be depriving majority of Ghanaians of their citizenship. That is all what we are preaching. Of course, we are for the national ID card, and so much me no year is a good policy. Minianekas and Kamebana make much reno. Kwaya end is where say a bar, you be create a platform now. Yeah, continuous registration. Will be 18 years. The person just walk into EC office and have itself registered. In his last submission, or example, we say Abruchile has a wood if you get me send no letter. Now what to about post neko. So if he knows that here that is working, why then is he asking say no technology with me there? You know, so Mr. We aren't just here to throw dust into people's eyes. No, yeah, and this we are a proactive party. We wouldn't wait for it to happen. As I say, Yemuyanka, Tia Tempo Poyana, Nedia Betuana Ghana for the echo. Because minority that we were Tiano, he sees what I can see. In this Odogo Ehunu Nechia, you can't tell the person say, the Ohunu, said I can fool Beno. Say then insurance basso bujiche wua main in that is exactly what the parliamentarians are privy to. We aren't privy to that. So the parliamentarians naka na say yes counter information say oh easy say he won yes and as on possible yes hallelujah.
You
no. Did I say?
Yes, so yeah, that's Yenabema Alfred. Yabako Yenabema Makata Hono, so am I any closing remarks? In Yenabema Makata, you sign them all, Kababi. My
what chama no so din pow.
So what time no need you free, so it's me 2 minutes.
No problem. But Mini Alfred, you couldn't answer my question. Me say, I know, say I had say uti fear the letter bro now what waba. But I'm saying say on what platform? And I will be now building sa technology now work. What will be the platform? What will be the basis for such a technology? Is it not the Ghana card now you want? Because to be able to track people into their homes to give them voting register to vote, what will be the basis for this technology? Then I know. Say you are coming up with something new, which okay. So I'm saying,
you see, one Timothy, me say, and this we aren't against the registration of Ghana card or Ghanaians having Ghana card. Well, who can also Ghana for over 50 million Ghanaians, and our Ghana card, no?
Yes.
In Ghana, we are over 30 something million.
Yes.
Okay.
But don't forget the youth, any under 15 young register, they are all there. But so when we talk of that 30 million, how many people are within the voting age bracket? That is what we should be looking at.
Let's just suppose, according to last register, over 17 million above 18 years were in the last register.
Exactly.
Right? And I'm at the age of 6 years, they are entitled to do Ghana card. So from 6 to the infinite age, you are registered 15 million.
No, Minia, don't get it twisted. Under 15, they have not been registered.
They have not been registered onto what?
Onto the Ghana card yet.
Are you sure of what we are saying?
Yes. I'm very sure of what I'm saying. I am very sure of what I'm saying. The underage, they have not been registered yet. The underage have not been registered yet. Me closing remarks, no, Mr. Now upon. Dear me person Ghana yes, dear me person Ghana phone yina eti say. One, free SHS, a good policy for the country. Intino thieving problems a woman yen kan wasem na yen hwani en solve emboa emma Ghana mamu manyina in terms of education no em say brain I have your friend is say analysis via say we share since 2017 Ghana in terms of secondary education shoot to basro in terms of world rankings so but a brain you are ye de bema sa information na in free education problems e wo ho no ye mu bi ye betia ebi mu na so ama ye feeding issues ekoso no minim say aban no betu ho anamon because when the north issue came the minister came and ode ho anu yi by say support eko ye de hwe say sa problems ni nyina ebetimi asolve aban ni ye capable obeye ama bibia etimi atoyi kama nti Ghana for enya botre emfama NPP ene na aban me da se bebre
poye prepuna yamre na so poye
meda eye etiefu ase se enenso omoje bre ene ye ntna ye edi sa adwumen omo send messages to contribute to the program yeda omo nyina se ena afi so sponsors omo boaye eso menua ba eye difasene omo nso so yeda omo asi bebre na yesrese programming is an exceptional program intino eye sponsors ye pesa omo baba be so yasene no edoso inti ye bebo modin se uye obi a wutie na opeba bi audi eye udwuma bi hu ubo hu dewura misra fafa menua ba difaso isan se obo adwuma pa edi aboa eye Ghana enso ene omanmu ni nyina enti ene enwumre di aseda enkoma obibia oni ye beso mini Alfred ene ne me first day ameni washia you are a very nice gentleman. I seem to like you so much enti ekire mejo number na edi nkombo you are a nice gentleman, you should come to NPP.
Oh, nice.
Me da si bebre jamin share nyina.
Okay.
You now what you send the message here be ya kramu.
Open